you're watching this video, it's probably because you're thinking about buying a home in San Diego. And why do a lot of people think about that here in San Diego? Well, the quality of life, the weather, our stable job market are literally second to none. So this video is designed to introduce you to 5 different neighborhoods that will provide you the best bang for your buck to help you make a better, smarter real estate investing decision. My name's David Wright. I've been a lender for 2 decades in San Diego. I'm also a homeowner. I'm also an investor. I'm also a landlord. And I'm here to help give you advice so that you can make a great decision on your first real estate purchase. Look forward to going over the rest of the details of these 5 great neighborhoods. Let's get started. Why does it matter so much where you buy in San Diego? Well, we already know it's really expensive. And we already know it took you a lot of time to save your money to get into buying a home. So we're going to take a deeper dive into these areas to really give you a better understanding of where you can make the best decision, why it's the best decision, and why it will help you better long-term when you're buying real estate. Before we dive in, I want to give you a brief overview of how I'm dividing the value in these neighborhoods to better help you make good long-term decisions for the overall well-being of your family and the safety of your first home that you buy. So number 1, we're going to look at the price per square foot. Number 2, we're going to look at the school ratings in your area that you're buying. And number 3, the one that no one wants to talk about, we're actually going to look at crime mapping and statistics about overall how safe is the neighborhood that you're buying in. So the first neighborhood we're going to dive into is San Carlos. Now, San Carlos is a really tight-knit community. It is roughly 15 minutes away from downtown San Diego, and it's more conveniently located than a lot of places we're going to look at today. And it also has some of the best rated schools in the areas we're looking at also. Next was San Carlos. San Carlos is located in the heart of an area where there's a lot of outdoor recreational activities. When we take a look, we have Mission Trails, Cowles Mountain, Lake Murray, lots of other hosts of other parks and hiking trails around that area that enable you and your family to have a great experience outdoors. So as we look at San Carlos, let's look at the average price per square foot. It's around $587. Next, we'll dive in and start looking at the schools. Now, the school ratings in San Carlos are very good. They average on 8, 9, and 10s, which you can all check this out on greatschools.org. Now, one thing to think about is San Carlos is one of the more expensive neighborhoods that we're going to go over today. But when you invest in great schools, great areas, you do get a better long-term rate of return if you can do it. The next neighborhood we're going to dive into in San Diego is Tierrasanta. Now, Tierrasanta, actually, I really like because it is a very unique place. So it is outside. It's nestled essentially in between Claremont, San Carlos, and Scripps Ranch. And this place also has lots of different parks, recreation centers, and trails that you can hike. The next thing that's really unique about it is the freeway access. The freeway access in this neighborhood, well, it's right between the 15 and the 52, which means it's easy to get to lots of places in San Diego that are good business hubs, shopping hubs, and areas to take your family. Now, similar to San Carlos, the unique thing about Tierrasanta is Tierrasanta actually has way better views. A lot of the homes come with views, and there is a lot more nature in this area as well, which is spectacular. Then when you're looking at Tierrasanta, the price per square foot is actually $584, so a little bit lower. But the unique part about it is the school districts in this area still are very good. Although we do have a lot of 7, 8s, and 9s, we have a few 10s. Overall, the schools are not as good as San Carlos, but you always want to make sure that you're checking greatschools.org to make sure that it fits the needs and goals of your family. One final thing to think about Tierrasanta is Tierrasanta actually has a very low inventory rate. A lot of people that move there never leave. So it's important that you actually find the right agent to help you out that's going to be patient, and that you're patient in the area as well. Because of the low inventory, it's going to be more of a long-term tedious process to get a good home in this neighborhood. But in my opinion, it's worth it because of the nature and the overall great tight-knit community there. The next place we're looking at is Bonita. Now, not only does that mean pretty, but it's actually one of the prettiest places you can get in San Diego, where you're not too far south in San Diego. You're just east of Chula Vista, but it's one of the best places for you to get a larger lot, a larger home for a lesser price of money, which is really unique. Now, not only do they have large houses there, large lots, but they also have very great golf facilities, lots of areas for equestrian areas for your horses, And finally, hiking areas there are actually amazing. You have Mount Miguel, you have the Sweetwater Reservoir, and you have the Lower Otay Lake Reservoir. All these areas are great for hiking. Overall, the areas of nature, large lot sizes, larger home sizes makes this a fantastic bang for your buck, this area. So unless you work in downtown San Diego or southern San Diego, you're going to have longer commute times if you work in those two areas. Otherwise, you have the 805 and the 54 freeways, which makes getting in and out not that bad. Next, let's take a look at the school ratings there. The school ratings there, well, they're actually pretty good too. They're 8s, 9s, and 10s. Once again, you want to check all the schools at greatschools.org. And then finally, let's look at the price per square foot in Bonita. It actually is $5.79. It's lower than other areas because you're getting more for your money. And you're getting a lot more choices about outdoor activities because of a little bit of a commute that you did to live there. Next, we're going to look at Santee. Now, Santee is one of the best places for you to get in to buy your first single family home. Why is that? It's because over the last couple of years, Santee has gone through massive changes from commercial to residential to infrastructure to putting the trolley in. All this has changed the whole dynamic of the area, with lots more places to shop, lots more places to eat, and overall the park system is great there as well. Santee does offer you one of the best places to get in at the lowest cost. Now, Santee is not by the beach, but does it mean there's other great stunning things you can see besides the beach? Yes, there's a lot of great sunsets in Santee, surrounded by mountains, and overall it is very, very beautiful. Next, let's look at some safe things about Santee. Well, the safe things about it is the FBI rated Santee the second safest city in San Diego, and the FBI rated Santee the 11th safest city in the whole state of California. Now that leads you into the school areas of Santee. Santee is 7, 8, and 9s, which is not the highest, but you always remember, check greatschools.org for all the schools that are surrounding the area that you're buying in Santee. Next, Santee, as we mentioned before, it's one of the best places to buy a single family starter home. Why? Its price per square foot is $550. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck to get it in there. Next, the downside about living in Santee, well, it is further out east, but you do have the freeways, you do have the trolley. Overall, you're getting more for your money, and you're living in a very safe area with a lot more upward potential than some other places. Next, our final city is San Marcos. Now, San Marcos is very unique because it is in the northern part of San Diego. But the unique thing about it is San Marcos is one of the few areas that has a lot more development and a lot more renovating and things going on, changes there that will help you build for better long-term equity appreciation. Then the next thing that we look at, because of where it's located in the northern part of San Diego, San Marcos has a lot of great hiking trails. You have hiking trails from Double Peak Park. You have boating at Discovery Lake and fishing. Now, once again, this is northern San Diego, so you have to realize you could have commuting problems unless you work in northern San Diego. So that does provide something for you to think about when shopping in this area, even though there's a lot of great development going on here. And by I mean development, not only do I mean houses, condos, townhomes, I also mean there's lots more restaurants, bars, shopping centers, a lot more things coming into play here for a long-term play for appreciation value. So not only do we mention the developments that are going on in San Marcos, but what we didn't mention is the thriving academic area. So you have Cal State University San Marcos. This is a great university that's bringing a lot more education to the entire area. What do I mean by that? There's more student housing, there's more dorms, there's a lot of young, vibrant culture walking around this area, providing a different feel for the whole entire area. Next, we take a look at the school ratings there. The school ratings there are also good. You know, they're on 8 to 9, a few 10s. Make sure you check each school on greatschools.org. But overall, the area of San Marcos for school, for college, for the overall feel, the vibe, mixed with the developments, mixed with the restaurants, is very unique, and it is a longer play. Those are my 5 neighborhoods in San Diego that allow you to get into San Diego, get great value, great place to start a family, and overall great opportunity. And with the real estate environment changing and things becoming more interesting and dynamic now with the new real estate changes, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you're wondering how to get started, how do I make the smartest, best moves, where do I get real good guidance, please reach out to me. I'm here to help long term. I've been an investor. I am an investor, I am a landlord, I am a homeowner, and I've been in the mortgage business for 2 decades. So if you want some help from someone that's not just trying to sell you something, but it's going to give you information to help you make a great decision, please hit me up. And thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'm grateful.